So the streamer known as Sneako got hit with a flying stage punch in Detroit, Michigan. Why did this happen? Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the very popular streamer known as Sneako getting punched right in the mouth in Detroit, Michigan, in a very avoidable situation. Now, there's a lot we got to get into as far as the context, how this happened, why he was in Detroit, who he was with, what they were doing. But let's just go back a little bit. First things first. Now, as I showed you in the beginning, this is Sneako after the attack. You see his front tooth is at an angle. It's chipped up. It's a little bit of blood on it because he just got punched right in his face. Now, $1 million question. Hey, ABL, who punched him and why? Well, so the first question, who punched him? This is my man right here, a security guard who leaped from a stage and cocked his arm back and hit the man with a flying punch and busted all of that right there in the front. All of that right there, one punch. That's what he did. And we're going to get into the video of this in a minute. But what's the context? What was going on? Well, Sneako was in Detroit with Nick Fuentes and a few friends. And if you don't know who Nick Fuentes is, I'll give you a little bit of information about that. But that's Sneako right there in the center. There is an MMA fighter by the name of Jake Shields who was there at the punch. We'll talk about that in a minute. And the girl right here in this pattern dress, they call her the N-word girl. Why did they call her the N-word girl, you ask? Well, she went viral on Twitter because she said the N-word in the video. That is the only reason why. She's white, saying the N-word. Now, that's based. That's edgy. That's cool for some people. Personally, I'm not into racial slurs, let alone cursing on my own. So I definitely don't condone that at all, but some people do. She was there. Now, here we have Sneako after the punch kerfuffle, and that is Nick Fuentes right there next to him on the right of the screen, but on his left. Now, Nick Fuentes always, and not just Nick Fuentes, I forget what it is right there. Y'all might know what that is. Red Elephants, I think I know what that is. Nick Fuentes and his people always go wherever Turning Point is, for the most part. If it's a big event and Turning Point's there, you're going to see Nick Fuentes there. And in this case, Trump spoke at the Turning Point event. So, of course, Nick was there. And every single time that Nick shows up, he gets kicked out because they don't want his toxic drama energy anywhere near him. And I don't blame him. Nick, some people like Nick. They think he's the future of the conservative party. But really, he is a racist. He is a troll. And his followers are typically racist trolls as well. Now, I know that when I say that, I'm going to get some of the racist trolls in my comment section. And what's the one word they're going to use against me? Y'all already know what it is. Don't put it in the comments because Google will moderate you and you might have a little issue with your account. So that's the background. That's why Sneako was in Detroit. That's why Nick Fuentes was in Detroit, is because of the Turning Point event, which was in Detroit. And shout out to you guys who went. I was not there, but hopefully you guys had a good time. And of course, Trump was there. Now, this is footage from Nick going to the Turning Point event, as you can see in the background by the logo, Turning Point Action. This is him speaking to security and getting kicked out.
We're down here at Hall B.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, sir. I've been told that you're not allowed.
Not allowed.
Now, this guy right here that I showed you in the beginning, this is Jake Shields. He is a 44 or 45-year-old former MMA fighter. Now, I don't know, Jake, I don't know why you are hanging up with this little twerp, this 24, 25-year-old twerp, Nick Fuentes. I don't know what's going on with that, but hey, if you like it, I love it.
Look at this guy.
Why? What's the reason? Why is he being kicked out? Yeah. They just said he's kicked out for no reason. He's broken no rules. Can't criticize. You can't criticize Israel at Turning Point.
And that's part of the thing that they do. They talk about Israel did it and the blacks did it, and you know, they're just racist people. They're just a group of trolls that nobody really wants around. They are a cancer to the conservative party. These are the kind of people that people ask me on the street about. Hey, ABL, what about those racists in your party? People like this, I don't condone. Nobody likes them at all, which is why whenever you see them, there's drama and they're always getting kicked out and whatnot. Now, this is Nick at his event, because although he went to the Turning Point event to try and disrupt it with his followers, they had their own event called AF Pack, America First Pack. And I think right here, he had just mentioned Charlie Kirk and they were booing them because they don't like Charlie and Turning Point.
You guys love the chances. But that's good. Does Charlie Kirk get any chance?
So this is the venue where things eventually went down. Okay. Now, a little bit of context here. I think what happened, and if I'm wrong, anybody who was there or has inside information, let me know in the comments. But from what I read, you had Nick and other speakers there, and they started to do their thing. And once they got into the white supremacist talk and the racist talk, as they're going to do, because it's what they are, they're racist, white supremacists, the security team, or maybe even the owners, or a combination of both, didn't like it, and they were disinvited from the venue. Yes, they booked the venue and probably paid some money, but it doesn't matter. If I invite you into my home and I disinvite you and you're refusing to leave, now you're trespassing. And at a certain point, I could even get called squatting if you decide to live there, but different story, I digress. The point is that at a certain point, they were no longer welcome in the venue. And there might be a little bit of music here. I'm gonna have to censor it a little bit. And the guard, if you didn't hear him, they're saying F you back and forth, and the guard's telling them to get the F out. So really at this point, if I'm in this bar in Detroit and I'm from Podunkville, USA, and this ain't my neck of the woods, it's in my best interest to get up out of the situation and find something safe to do. Now, somebody says that right there, he flipped somebody's hat or touched the phone. I don't know what happened, but it doesn't even matter. So you can hear what he's saying. It's like, you're talking about white supremacy, all this, that, and the third. Like, nah, we're not going to have that here. And you can see his shirt says security on it. This is a security guard. Now, you got to understand where you are. You're not at a political rally. This ain't where you could just say CNN sucks and ain't nobody going to do nothing. You're at a regular bar in Detroit with regular local security guards that don't mind punching you in the face or dumping you outside on your head. Okay. That's where you are right now. You got to realize that you're not on the internet anymore. You're no longer in a safe space.
Cameras out my face. You're a slut and you're a whore. Okay, what are you? What are you? What are you?
See, now they're going into a chant, F you, F you, F you. And then right there, Sneako knocked the guy's hat off. And then this is what causes him to jump up with Superman punch and punch Sneako right in the face.
That's right.
And the guy, after he did it, he fell.
That's right.
And the entire crowd, nobody did anything. Sneako's right there. You see him. Got punched right in his face.
Get out of here. Get out.
Nobody did anything. Not even the MMA guy who I showed you a couple of times, Jake Shields, didn't do a thing. Nobody did anything at all. So look, when you're on the internet and you thinking everything's all good, I'm gonna play it again with the sound off. You're thinking everything's all good, you could just say whatever you want. F you, I'm not gonna leave. I'll do whatever I want. Some people don't play those kind of games. Oh, ABL, that's excessive force. You shouldn't have punched him for knocking his hat off. You shouldn't have punched him. Okay, great. You're right. But guess what? You could be right all you want to, but you could be right after you get punched in the face. Okay. Or in some cases, you might mess around and die behind that. Oh yeah. Am I being extreme? I've seen people get deleted for worse. I mean, for less. So let's not play like that can't happen. What happened right here was he got punched in his mouth. And all of that right there got caved in. Okay, now you got to go try to get your teeth fixed. Will anybody in the crowd pony up some cash to get his teeth fixed? Will anybody give him some money for a dentist or for his increase in insurance premium after he has to go get his mouth repaired after getting punched in the face because he was antagonizing a security guard in some random place at a bar in Detroit, Michigan? You were on stage talking all this racist stuff, okay, with the Nick Fuentes of the world and his people. The security guards, they black, they don't like it. The owners probably don't like it either. Nobody wants you there. The same way they didn't want you at the event with Turning Point. And now you want to just antagonize. See, this is what's going to happen to you in the real world. You're going to get punched in your face. Now, am I saying it's right? It doesn't even matter if I say it's right. I don't think it's necessarily right, but it doesn't matter. I don't put myself in bad situations. Why would I do that? Listen, I have a brain. As I close, I have a brain. And you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to go to some random bar in some random person's city or town or country and just do whatever I want to do. Okay, to a foreign country or a different city, even in a place where I live. I will operate with a certain level of decorum. If I'm not wanted, if I'm being kicked out, hey, you got it. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. I'm going to go ahead and leave. I'm not trying to antagonize you, F you, knocking your head off. You're asking to get yourself hurt because, again, reality is much different than life on the internet. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on what happened here? Do you think that Sneako was right to antagonize the security guard? Do you think that Nick Fuentes is a good guy? He's the future. Do you think they're racist trolls that always cause drama wherever they go, which is why they're no longer welcome in a lot of places? Turning Point doesn't want them. When they have their own events, they're not wanted by the staff that's there. It's because of what they do. Not because of their political thing. It's that they always attract drama no matter where they go, no matter what they do. But whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I mean, at a certain point, when you just a magnet for drama and you do things and you say things that are unnecessarily antagonistic, this is going to be the result. This is going to be what happens. So my advice would be, hey, just find something safe to do. Don't antagonize people. And if you're getting kicked out of somewhere, you can love it, hate it, agree, disagree, but it's in your best interest to go ahead and leave. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.